should have something to learn from there. So I'd play for the long term in that respect. I think the kind of more gambly style is a bit more of like a short-term results thing, which I don't think is healthy long term. But anyway, it looks like these players are ready to go now. Looks like Copenhagen Flames are going to be starting on the CT side of Train. No P250s from a T side. Makes me sad. It makes me sad, Simla, in a pistol round.
It's the long range. The raid boss is not going to be a part of the strat here. Actually, though, we got a good number of nades in play, so they've given themselves options, HAVU, and I'm not surprised. It's HAVU on T side Train. I expect there to be some polish in how they're approaching this round.
There will be some sound cues for the likes of Tesses, who's in the ladder. He'll hear them moving towards the B bomb site. And we see that refresh goes closer to connector in case a faster rotation is needed.
Yeah, there's actually currently 4 players on this side of the map for Copenhagen Flames. Tessus very close by, refresh as well. This is going to be a hard rotate into the B side as soon as HAVU decide to go for this, but they have the nades once again. They need to get the value. Fairly up close though, 2 headshots, and that's going to snuff it. HAVU in a tight spot now. They're just running right into a wall.
Yeah, look at distraction being run. USPS, of course, can't really hear from too far away. Refresh cleans up the rest of them. Not a single kill for HAVU, but sometimes it be like that. Such is the nature of a pistol round. 1 shot to the head and dead, especially on that CT side. So I would imagine, I don't know for sure, but considering nobody died, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody got that cheap helmet for $350 from Copenhagen Flames, which always helps get bigger weapons out. And we see 2 AUGs on the second round. That's very rare.
Whoa, that's cool. Okay, interesting. I mean, it's going to let them take long-range fights if they want them, so this is really going to be a round where HAVU could get punished. HAVU have gone for the Deagle Force as well, so they are a threat long-range.
Yeah, Tessus,
the AUG, though.
Yeah, he gambled. He didn't go for the... I guess he had to not buy a helmet in order to buy the AUG, so he could get popped.
But look at his positioning. It's really hard for him to get rushed down up close, right? That's where the helmet is at risk, because if you're getting bopped with the helmet, I mean, a Deagle's going to take you out whether you have the helmet or not. That's probably the gamble that he's playing. But right now, I mean, positioning-wise, it's looking fairly good here. Copenhagen Flames just locking it down. Tessus out in the yard, having a field day.
Yeah, very nice. 4 kills from Tessus. The helmetless Tessus. Copenhagen Flames keep a clean sheet.
To his mom growing up.
HAVU. They're going to be on the eco. They spent a lot of money in that previous round, and they haven't got a single kill. This is actually a terrible way to start against the CT side on a map like a Train on a nuke where you want to have a really strong CT half. They go into the 3rd round without a single person dying, which means money.
It's bonkers, actually. That is the perfect start. CT side. HAVU, though, they're just going to have to shake it off and maybe not play the predictable game. We'll see what they have in store for us after this round. This is really just going to be another Deagle round. A little bit of money spent, but not a whole lot. Tessus is still farming. And Tessus has really just got that connector area on lock.
Yeah, Copenhagen Flames have got a lot of utility as well to stave off a burst through these choke points. They've got Molotovs for default on the B-bomb side as well. Saw's being taken out. Now we've got, again, it's just someone's got to swing and take a bullet for the president. Zori and Doto left, and now it's just Zori. So we're looking at very likely a 3-0 here. Oh, the base as well. He's trying to make him peek into the reloads, but finally will get taken out. So, okay, finally there's a kill for HAVU.
Can they save the AUG? Can they save it?
The one, though.
Just made it. They just saved it.
So they're starting... Basically, Copenhagen Flames start the first buy round with a full buy in the hole. It's the best possible position to be in, basically.
No, this is looking really good for Copenhagen Flames. Perfect start, confidence-building start. That's the important thing here on a first map in a series against a team that you know you're a bit of the underdog against. And so right now, big confidence-building rounds for Copenhagen Flames. But HAVU, now they have the op in play with Zori. Fairly has picked up his op as well. So we will have the ops on for both sides and just a nice trap. The thing, I mean, HAVU have got a little bit more in terms of train play. So Copenhagen Flames, I know that they're tweeting, asking for a coach. And obviously they're out there trying to find help in terms of like support, and it is a paid position. In case you are a coach that you happen to be listening to this, by the way, reach out to Copenhagen Flames because they're still looking for a coach for the male and female team. But they're the kind of guys who are going to put in the work and study the demos. And so if HAVU get too predictable, if they fall into things that that are habits, they could get punished here by Copenhagen Flames.
I would love to see a smart retired player, like an older, more experienced player. Coach a team like Copenhagen Flames, because they're very disciplined, they're very young, and I think you could do a lot with them if someone's there to tell them all the mistakes they're making, kind of make their game more efficient. I think they could be a really impressive team.
The hunger is real with these.
Yeah, I think the teamwork is there, just the experience isn't, basically.
again, as it stands, reach out to Copenhagen Flames on Twitter. Paid position, too. That's the crazy thing, man. Now
you get money.
You get a coach, and you get paid.
You get currency.
Esports. Get in it. All right. So now, still 5-5. A lot of utility being used here by HAVU, actually. They've gone for the execute in terms of the smokes, but they're getting anti-flash. They're getting slowed down. Hoodie and Saul, though, finding both kills out of the yard. And it's, I was about to say it's all on Hoodie, but he's a dead man. Hoodie is alive. Hooksy. That's going to be really annoying.
Well, HAVU might be getting their first round on the board here. Farliganodius.
Could they not? They both went with caps letters as well. Or no, they're all caps letters. Never mind. But
okay, they'll have to hold on to what they have already. HAVU on the board now. Again, there's a full buy in the hole for Copenhagen Flames. Had a roaring start to this game. But that can all quickly disappear. Very expensive to buy on the CT side.
well, these guys are going to save their guns, and it's all fine and dandy. HAVU are going to try and save as well. I would like to see a replay, actually, of the position from main there, because it seems staggered from HAVU. They had the smokes out. They threw a couple of flashes, but they didn't just run right in. It feels like they almost baited Copenhagen Flames into peeking, and that's how they got their opening kills in that round, because it didn't look like HAVU were pushing onto the A site until they got the kills. And so perhaps a little detail there from Copenhagen, or rather from HAVU, and how they're pushing that execute forward. But that is what I would expect to see from HAVU, that kind of play. And let's see, Hoodie. This was Tessa, no, not Tessa's, but that was Refresh getting caught. Tessa's got caught by Hoodie.
That's a really late charge from the CTs as well. Just running towards E-Box there. I mean, it's pretty low. I don't think HAVU were through a choke point before 40, 30 second mark. So that charge was interesting. Copenhagen Flames, see how they are playing the very slow game, how they can hold on to their grenades for the late plays if HAVU choose to do that.
And now we have the double op in play, James. So this is going to get fun. Copenhagen Flames, they have that capability. And so now you've just got heavy hitting. I mean, double op and an AUG, just scopes all over the place. HAVU have to be careful about not getting picked, and there it is. Fairly on upper, catches slowly peeking in brown halls, and that's definitely going to put Copenhagen Flames at an advantage in this round. Maybe HAVU not expecting to have the op over there.
It looks to me like Copenhagen Flames are trying to hold on to their utility for much longer on this occasion, based on what they saw on that previous round, where they were pretty light once that push came in from HAVU. And now we can see there's still a bunch of smokes and mollies in the hole.
We're down to a single smoke on HAVU, though, so what are we going to do here if you're HAVU? You lost Slowy's utility. There's the smoke going out now. That's over to B, so trying to keep that B defense locked down, HAVU is, but it seems like they want to push through A. Look
at Refresh, though. He's been jiggling this entire time with a smoke grenade. There are 35 seconds and the bomb is in main. May have been seen, not sure if that was spotted on a radar, but how do they get through a choke point now? How do you plant the bomb when you've just been smoked off in A main? This is a huge problem. Tessus holds on to ladder as well. So Hoodie's made his way through, but still, that's not good enough. You've got to plant the bomb. That's their opening frag, and there's 20 seconds left on the clock. 2 versus 3 now. So they've got to just run. They can't check everything. They've got to gamble here and run towards the bomb site. We can see Farley gives around the bomb trend itself. The bomb's on the floor for the time being as Zori gets picked off. Hoodie spots one, but he's got so much more to do. And again, late through the choke points, in just that one round, Copenhagen Flames absorbed enough information that HAVU might have to they might have to change their pace now immediately.
I think you nailed it, though, James. Just holding on to that nade. 30 seconds left and you get smoked. Your heart just drops through. That's it, you're done. You know in the round you're screwed because you're going to have to jump through smoke and it's just going to throw everything out of whack. So a little bit more discipline on the utility there from Copenhagen Flames in that round. And perhaps that's the big adjustment that they're going to be making, just trying to hold off and show a bit more of that discipline to hold the nades. I mean, every second matters when you're talking about smoking off choke points on the CT side.
Yeah, and HAVU have done well showing presence towards upper B and clearing it out and so on, but you could see Refresh was jiggling in main that entire round holding a smoke because Tessus was in ladder ring. The entire round he was jiggling with a smoke. There was no presence shown from HAVU and it cost them the entire round. Now we've got 3 players above the ladder. Aggressive grenade from Copenhagen Flames. We've got Molotovs in ladder, and again HAVU have indeed changed the pace now. A lot more harassment early here towards that A bomb site, going through the flames early.
Why did they do that? Unbelievable. Traded. Man advantage still for Copenhagen Flames, and the Refresh flank coming through. Finds one. He knows that Zori's here as well. Just putting some shots through, but he heard the footsteps. And that's all the information that they need now in Copenhagen Flames. They have snuffed this push. There's a single Molotov left on HAVU. That's their smokes gone, and life just got very difficult for the T side here. Copenhagen Flames are adjusting, James. They're looking very good.
Yeah. And
Careful.
HAVU have tried to adjust as well, but with mixed results, 2 versus 4. The bomb's been spotted now on the B bomb side. But what can Zori do about this? Trying to cut off the rotation. He's so far away that if they realize where he is, even if he gets 1, it's a 3 versus 1 on the B bomb site. And there we go. The information's there for the CT. Zana can just charge the remaining player on B. Zori's taken out. They can be even more careful now. They've got the time to do this. 3 of the 4 players with defuse kits. Might be a question of damage for Hoodie. Spots one up top, but gets taken out by Hooksy near the spools. 4 players survive for Copenhagen Flames. Pretty good in that respect. And now I think HAVU have got more time to think about what they're doing. They went slow. They had no presence in main. They got punished for that. They tried to go faster. Didn't quite work out for them. But if there maybe there's a middle ground for them where they just have presence in the relevant choke points like main, get someone in there, and then play their normal late game. So Copenhagen Flames are forced to play a little more defensively.
Right now, it seems like Copenhagen Flames are a team that is benefiting. Oh, man, it's so tough with the stigma. You know, it's like onliners, right? But they are perhaps benefiting a bit from not being on LAN right now. They do seem very comfortable with how they're handling HAVU. And so perhaps we're seeing that play out. I mean, HAVU right now, it's going to be a buy, but it's a tight one. Not many nades to work with. And I do like Hoodie trying to get out through main early, but yeah, he just got bopped. That was
a really lucky HE. Went lower than what normally would. Hoodie with 49 HP. As you can see, that sniper angle towards Olaf from Ivy. They know that Hoodie's there. Trying to force him out once again. Finally, Hoodie will get taken out by a second incendiary from Copenhagen Flames. HAVU unable to respond to that frag. 3 players now just waiting at Ivy. No one's really in position to throw a pop flash, although from where Refresh is, if you hold left and right click, you can throw a pop flash, which pops just below the top of that ceiling thing. Nico from FaZe knows how to do it.
They know where they are, though. That's the thing. I mean, you could also bop it off of the train. You could also just, like, you know, bounce it off the train like Pronax did back in the day. Pronax. But as far as knowing where they're coming from, there's the smoke. Just going to block it off. 45 seconds. That was not a good smoke at all. And maybe just going to get that bait, because there's the flash. It's that shot. No, Dodo opens it up. Refresh that whole time. Playing so patiently gets punished.
Yeah, he's got the information though. Hooksy had to land that shot, still moving. Fight or flight, it was a mixture of the 2, which means inaccuracy. There we go, lands the shots now. HAVU unable to get close to the site this time, it seems. Slowly and Doto remain. Hooksy patient. Lovely stuff towards the end there. 4K from Hooksy around the sandwich position, and HAVU are shut down again.
Oh, this is remarkable stuff from Copenhagen Flames. A lot of poise here shown in tight spots, and they're not overreacting. They're just I mean, they're happy to just hold these angles, because HAVU, admittedly, are pretty straightforward right now. They're showing presence with nades, and then they're, at least in that round, right, then they regress in the same position that they showed presence 20 seconds ago. And all Copenhagen Flames are doing are just holding those angles and playing patient. They're not peeking into HAVU, which is exactly what HAVU are hoping for right now. By throwing the nades and then not showing presence, you're kind of hoping, if I hold this angle, somebody's going to peek, right, because they need to get info, they need to see if anybody's here. And Flames are just not playing that game. They're patiently holding, and they're not giving HAVU any openings. So now HAVU, half buy for them, and looking like just they want to hit B.
Yeah, maximum loss bonus now for HAVU, which allows them to invest more into pistols and grenades. Now, this is a round they'll be looking to win, because sometimes that might sound silly, but sometimes your expectation is plant a bomb, try and kill 2 people, probably going to lose the round, but with the CZs and the utility, there's a chance. Playing it close, but Nodius gets 2 very important kills, sees the bomb as well. Farley covers on the top, Nodius goes down, but it doesn't matter. No plant, 4 people survive. That is enough for Copenhagen Flames, especially considering the numbers game attempted there from HAVU.
Okay, so now what is the play here for HAVU? We've seen the anti-rush, whatever. That's just a wash, and this is still train, so the score looks pretty one-sided right now. It's been looking pretty good for Copenhagen Flames. Money is solid for Copenhagen Flames, but HAVU have got to be thinking long-term in this half, and they know that they're not out of it yet. They're on the T side after all. And so this is the big buy round. They've got everything they need. And right now it's looking fairly default, just spread out across. A little bit of action up here in Brown Halls just to make some noise, to keep Copenhagen Flames honest.
Oh, look at Zori charging up Ivy. Okay, he's had forced to fall back, but it looked like he was going to run all the way up with Doto holding an angle.
I like this. They're trying to force nades. That's the thing that's been screwing them these rounds, is that Copenhagen Flames are holding onto nades so late into the round at HAVU. They keep getting smoked off at like 40 seconds. And so Copenhagen Flames right now are really, or rather HAVU are really trying to force nades, make noise, and put pressure on Copenhagen Flames so that they have to use some of that utility earlier in the round.
Man, I keep saying this, right? There's a combo which Avangard used to do where they'd throw the molly down and then they'd bounce 2 HEs in the back. So,
yeah.
you know,
It's like, haha, you're gonna hide?
either that or the other way around. So the molly's right in the back and then they edge forward and then there's 2 HEs and they're kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place. Don't see it anymore. Well, Sword's trying to creep into the B bomb site here and he's got some friends in tow. Farley, this is so awkward for him. He's up close with an AWP. Now his teammates need to run distractions so he can try and fall back or stand his ground and try and take somebody with him. Creeping into the peak, lovely shot from Farlig onto the pistol. Immediate headshot, that's ridiculous. He was jumping and air strafing as well. Farlig running distraction, he's bought some time for his teammates to rotate at least. Now down to a 2-on-2, Tess taking Saw out. Refresh at range, bomb planted, and so he's only got 14 HP to try and do something here. AWP might be a good look, trying to look over the smoke, but they're too close already. They're spraying just in case. Got to be careful with the barrel of the gun as well. He'll be aware of all these things, but does he pick the right time to move forward? It's all silent now. They're keeping an eye on things. Tess very aware, and it's an 8th round for Copenhagen Flames.
And that's a kick in the pants for HAVU because it feels like they should have had everything going their way. They played aggressively at the beginning of the round to force grenades out, which is what they wanted. And then they even get the opening pick. Saw walks down ramp dry and gets a headshot. They lose their flanker, and that's, I think, what really threw things out of whack for HAVU because it's not Hooksy, it's Hoodie. With Hoodie dying over by Ivy, they lose that threat on the flank, and so Copenhagen Flames can just rotate in hard to the B site and just retake. Whereas HAVU, if they'd had that flanker out there, I think it works out totally differently, and they lock that round down. So HAVU, that's a round that's just going to feel a little bit bitter.
There just aren't that many kills here for HAVU. They're getting beaten down. Zori and Slowy combined 2 frags.
They are getting beaten up in this one for sure.
Yeah, there's just not a lot going on. So there's plenty of money now for Copenhagen Flames. They are flush for the time being. Hooksy trying to buy some time again. I saw on the radar there was a very aggressive push towards the middle of Ivy, which is I think why he opts for the incendiary first and the Molotov afterwards. It is some free information for him. Got to be careful around that smoke as well. He'll be aware that they could potentially have a one-way if they boost in the middle of it. Behind the servers. Down comes the Tower of Humanity. Tess peeking before the flash goes off. Glorious stuff. Sees the bomb as well, but won't try and hold on to it. Slowy now, stuck in the corner. He doesn't know if the angle's being held, but it's not. He escapes. And the bomb is rescued.
That was a nice shot. What does mind games? I'm sure Potter, she's watching right now, she's giggling just because she loves those mind games over at Pop Dog. All the nade combos, the peak timings. And so, wow, Copenhagen, they bring it back, but that used a lot of utility for HAVU.
Why is no one flashing for refresh in this situation? Once again, it's awkward. Well, he's got one. Moving forward for the other one. It's done a lot of damage, though.
Hits the headshot.
Yeah, Nodia's still alone towards that B bomb site. Not doing enough there. Now, Farlig looking for the angle. Doesn't quite get the flick, which leaves Hooksy alone with the AWP. That's a nice flick. 1 versus 2. He knows one's on the A bomb site. That molly could be everything. Slowy hiding on a site. He needs to survive because Zori is miles away. It is a weird plant. It's on the side. Going for it immediately. He's got a defuse kit and Zori's just not going to make it, is he? Surely he can't make it. Oh dear. They just can't run around.
I mean, this is, and it feels like perhaps a bit of a misread on HAVU's side there. Perhaps thinking that he's going to try and back off and save, and that's why you're lurking out on A, but you have to realize the money, you're not killing them. Their
what reason do they have
fantastic.
not to go for it? Yeah. If you know one guy's on A, one guy is on B, and the bomb's planted on B, you're always going for it. Because it's a 1 versus 1.
Yeah.
And if you kill that guy, he's going to defuse the bomb most likely.
Man.
Here we go again. So, HAVU, they are planting a bomb now. We've seen a few bomb plants, but there's no conversions. Maybe a stroke of unlucko malacko in that regards. But it is what it is. I feel like, on paper at least, Train is kind of a 50-50, but Copenhagen Flame seems to be the wall at present.
And as far as the setup is concerned for HAVU now, just once again holding angles. They have done a decent job of forcing some nades at the beginning of this round, but it is still them just gathering up, and it looks like they just want to try and run right into the wall again. Brown Hall's presence going to be setting up. They've made it quiet on the rest of the map, and so right now Copenhagen Flames, if anything, yeah, they're just going to commit nades to this because they know so far the tendency has been for HAVU to just run out. And sure enough, there's Fairleigh again, takes down Hoodie. The rest of HAVU still trying to make their way in here. Dodo is, yeah, there we go. Dodo is lurking out on A, and he catches Tessus, but it's the rest of his team that need to get the job done now on the B site.
Fairleigh again in an awkward position. He's missing deagle shots, and he will get taken out by Zori. There was help upper as well. Still winnable for Copenhagen Flames. Refresh though, doesn't know how close one of these teams are. Surely that's the round now.
Okay, and that's how it's supposed to work. For Dodo staying alive that whole time, that is how it's supposed to work with your lurker. When they lost Hoodie that one time, when they managed to get out on a B site and they lost him at Ivy, all of a sudden Copenhagen Flames don't have to worry about a lurk. Tessus would have not died in that situation, and they would have come onto the B site looking just fine and dandy. Except this time Dodo, he takes down Tessus. That holds another man on A site because they don't have to worry about the flank, and it just throws a wrench in things for Copenhagen Flames going into that retake. And so that time HAVU, I mean, it really just goes to show the importance of your man on the flank staying alive more than anything.
I don't think Hooksy had any business going for that 1 versus 3, running through a Molotov in connector, especially when you know that a T was right there. I think that was a bit silly because now you've got no money. And here AWP in a future round could be enough. Fairleigh with a very aggressive pick to take the game away from HAVU towards that B bomb site. Nice work from him.
So bold. Oh, and they're even going for more aggression. Okay,
like
Copenhagen Flames, they're just beating up on HAVU now at this point.
Turn it up to 10, baby.
Seriously. Like, think about that. You just lost a close round. You're thinking HAVU are going to be feeling all good about themselves and everything? No, just go in there and smash them in the face this round. Just don't even let them feel good for a moment and put them right back at square one. 3 players alive for HAVU, 3v5. Nades are looking good for Copenhagen Flames, and this is just a nightmare for the Finns.
I love the change as well, because Refresh has always been defending Ivy from the other side to where Fairleigh is at the moment, which might net him a free kill, you never know. Hasn't touched that molly. He did scope in earlier as well before he approached Ivy, so he may not have been heard, and there we go. It will reap the rewards, or they will reap the rewards, Copenhagen Flames. 4 versus 2 now. Things going from bad to worse for HAVU. Both players by teammate. Not sure if Tessus would have heard the bomb being dropped on the floor from that position.
Well, they've got great info because they've pushed Brown Halls now.
Yeah.
So Copenhagen Flames, they know that there's nothing going on towards B. They've killed the man at Ivy. They could rotate back over here, and so that is a consideration that Hooksy's keeping in mind. Tessus needed to stay alive there, but they've still got this locked, and they're trusting in Nodios right now to just lock down these Brown Halls towards B. Saw's going to go running past. He has no reason. Oh, he saw him! He saw him!
Oh, my days. Well, there's an open B bomb site, but you might be taking too long here. Just got to go for it. You'll see one player's rotated, but where's his teammate this time? Zori is on the way. Still on the high ground, though. Dropping a smoke grenade, Saw moving up in the middle of the bomb site. Surely those steps are heard. Zori's got to go for this. And now it's only Zori swinging. And now we've got a 1 versus 1. He knows where Fairleigh is roughly. Peeking over the ladder. This is dangerous territory, though. And there it is. A desperate 3rd round for HAVU. Finally, they bring things back. And there's no money for Copenhagen Flames.
Big clutch round there. And that's a heartbreaker for Copenhagen Flames. I mean, it feels like they did everything right that round, that they had it on lock, and somehow HAVU, they won all of the key duels. And so HAVU managed to sneak that 3rd round. I mean, this is going to be a blow dealt to the confidence of Copenhagen Flames now. Because Copenhagen Flames, they had everything. They had everything in that round, James.
They should have an AWP in this round, in my opinion, or at least someone dropping 5 deagles or something. I really feel like they just threw $6,000+ away, going for that 1 versus 3. A little too much. Now Zori's in a position to hear all these footsteps. He realizes, and they're going to charge into the B-bomb site immediately. Wouldn't be surprised if they lose a rifle here, but they won't. Doto and Saw in the right position.
Even going in there from with the Glock. Nice. Nice. All right. Now, 2 rounds left in this half, and this is why they went for the hard eco. Now they can get a buy-in here for Copenhagen Flames, and they actually can get some M4s and some nades, and so it's not going to be terrible. As far as HAVU is concerned, though, they are looking fine and dandy. They've got everything they could need. And so now, I mean, Copenhagen Flames, they went aggressive. It didn't pan out. Do they just decide to go back to what was working at the beginning of this half, where they just start to play passive and hold these angles?
They've got less grenades, though, Copenhagen Flames, which generally makes the team more aggressive. But how could you be more aggressive than that previous spy round?
Yeah, it's crazy that they did not win that round. I'm still flabbergasted. That should have been it.
Not going too deep. Zori holding the angle. It's always nice when you see pro snipers on train, be it angles like this or a T looking from the halls towards upper B to know the positioning, which is relatively safe, and where you kind of have to draw the line unless you want to get taken out by someone you're looking for.
It was wild as he is here alone. He is holding this entire part of the map down. There's Tessus who's worrying about main and Pop Dog. And that's allowing for 3 players to remain solid on B site for Copenhagen Flames right now. They're hoping that HAVU are just going to walk right in. Oh! Playing with fire, Fettig. Playing with fire.
Man, I love that HAVU are trying to play catch-up with all the changes Copenhagen Flames are making. The problem is they've seen Farlig there. They can expect him to fall back somewhat, but it's still going to slow them down. Or is it? Slow's peeking from the ladder position, and that does give you an angle towards Ivy, which has now been smoked off by the T's, and Doto is creeping. So they're playing against this, knowing Copenhagen Flames would have fallen back. You can see Hoopsie is on the high ground. Almost no grenades now. Doto charging through, but only one for him.
Big difference this round is the discipline from Copenhagen Flames. Remarkable stuff.
Oh, the bait!
Nailing them. There it is.
Great teamwork. Spoke about discipline. A very simple bait from Copenhagen Flames. Pretty much wins them the round. Take one player out. Make sure you're seen slinking away.
So the big difference here from the first time that we saw this be a success for HAVU is when Copenhagen Flames, the execute came in, HAVU hesitated, they didn't fully commit, they were waiting for Copenhagen Flames to peek into them and give them the kills, and that's what happened. Copenhagen Flames obliged them. In this round, Copenhagen Flames just were like, right, we're waiting for you. I'm just sitting here and holding my angle. I'm not moving. They adapted from the last one where it cost them, and this time you saw how it works. HAVU didn't get anything. They're the ones who had to walk into the crosshairs, and Copenhagen Flames just slammed them. So that's, I mean, some fantastic CS being played here by Copenhagen Flames. They're looking really good. 10-4 on the CT side of Train. This is a great scoreline now.
Yeah, it very is. I mean, it really is. On the plus side for HAVU, they've actually making it a doable game. 4 rounds on the board now. It's looking horrible for a long time. Doto, a glorious one-tap there. 2 HP, got to be careful about the grenades here. And the spray. Maybe death was inevitable then. 4 versus 4 early for HAVU.
There we go, though. A little bit of boldness, I guess, being shown by HAVU. I like that to open it up, and now they're just going to slow it right back down again, though. Still, they are at the advantage now. Copenhagen Flames have got to cover more ground with less men. And you can see like Copenhagen Flames kind of hanging around the middle now. They could rotate quickly between either site. And just as long as they don't lose too much control of the extremities, Tessus knows now one is at Ivy, but doesn't confirm that this is an A-hit just yet.
So we've got some information. At least one was towards Ivy. At least one is outside main. With a minute on the clock, doesn't tell you a whole lot, though. There's no over-investment with those positions with that time on the clock. So Ivy looking for the usual peaks. Finally spotting Tessus. Now HAVU are in a strong position, but they don't really know the makeup of the remaining players, and we can see some dry peaks coming in from HAVU, which might cost them. Hooksy, oh my god, Slowy with that crouch peek. I don't think Hooksy knew about that until he was dead, and now Nodius is the last man standing. 1 versus 4, coming in from Connector. And he'll get taken out as well. They're expectant. HAVU make it to 5 rounds, looking hopeless for them, but they get 4 of the last 5 to give themselves a chance moving into the second half.
They save it in the end. They save it in the end, but it was looking like I mean, this actually looks like a very even match now. 10-5, 10 rounds on CT side Train. What year is it, James? I mean, it's looking very good.
Indeed it is. It's break time. When we're back, we'll see if HAVU can continue the comeback.
dude, we can't go. You can't turn this music off. Turns out we actually have a DJ handling the sound.
I love it, man. I love this music. Oh, is it actually DJ?
Yeah, he's DJing during the breaks. It's awesome.
Oh.
That's why the music has been so great.
I thought it was like just like a pre-recorded track.
No, he's going at it, man. I love it because I keep going like, man, we need the playlist. No wonder it's so good.
What happened to the rise of like the DJs you can see bouncing around and twisting on the knobs and just not actually doing anything?
And then nothing is unplugged.
Just the iPod is in the background.
Yeah,
oh, man.
It's all over the place.
That was fun.
That is modern DJing, but no, we've got a legit dude right there.
Ooh, look at this. We've got two P250s, Huxi and Tesses. And Tesses is the raid boss, so see if they can get anything done. Refresh will be the first victim. Tesses just jiggling with 3 players charging up Ivy. Running distraction now, but where are the frags? There we go. Pafalik with a Glock for Copenhagen Flames, taken out in quick succession. We've got a 3-on-3. Pistol rounds can often be wild. This is certainly one of them. Tesses trying to contain these players now. Nodius wants to throw the bomb because he's got the Kevlar, I guess, wants to hold. Doto just delivering headshots in the meantime, just slinking in from the back. Very patient shots from Tesses, but he can't quite make that fatal connection. Where is the last player? That's his question. He'll soon find out. Oh, no, he's moonwalking. No! HAVU take the pistol. That's huge for them. They're on the comeback.
That's so good. And they looked so good in it as well here. Confidence coming out of the break for HAVU, taking those duels. Copenhagen Flames, though, it's a shame, James. You got so excited. I could hear it in your voice.
I love P250s.
Saw the P250s on the pistol.
Best gun in the game.
What?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Hate that gun. I mean, we've got a skin in the gun, so I love the P250. But
that was a quick turnaround.
Get more P250.
I hate the P250. Actually, no, I love it.
I love it. But I cannot hit shit with that gun. It drives me up the wall. Every time I think I've got the aim down with that P250, it just doesn't work. So screw that gun. But now, for the pros, different story. You can see Tesses. He was thinking the exact thing that I think whenever I use a P250. He's like, where are the bullets going? I'm tapping. Where are the bullets going?
Well, Farley's getting some work done with the Glock briefly. Refresh will do the same. Sometimes it can be 3 headshots to get a kill with the Glock. Oh, he's denied, man. He's denied. He was teased.
With an MP9.
He was teased, but he ran out of money.
With an MP9, make that money. 7-10, HAVU on the CT side now, looking good. And, well, still an even match, and it is definitely not done. Oh, and they're going for the buy. Yeah, they're going for the buy. Fairly, apparently. Fairly. I don't know. It's supposed to mean, what was it supposed to mean? Violent?
Oh, sexy. Well, Copenhagen Flames, they've done more with less in these first 2 rounds. They actually got kills with these Glocks, whereas HAVU didn't really manage to do that on their T side. Doto gets blown up in the middle of the bomb site. Very nice early grenade from Copenhagen Flames, which means HAVU will have to try and stop playing their part of their default immediately, because Copenhagen Flames have shown that they're aware. Now, Slowy is hiding just in case there's a smoke push, I guess, but he's going to have to fall back because he's only got UMP here.
A quick strike back here from Copenhagen Flames, and they're doing, so look at this, 5 smokes still at a minute 15. They are feeling very confident right now, Copenhagen Flames. All they're doing is putting the pressure on HAVU, and HAVU still have just a wonky buy, 2 SMGs, so they really don't have much, and I mean, hardly any nades to speak of anymore either. So the gamble coming out from HAVU now.
If HAVU can get someone in ladder, which they just have, then Saw can use his flashes to flash Slowy to peek the IV position. That really needs to happen. He's the only man with flashes now. You can see Slowy's got an off angle, and Saw is almost in position to do it, but he's walking away. Just use the flashes, man. You got 2 flashes. Use one. I mean, Cloud9 are a great example on the CT side of the late pop flashes towards Ivy, which just wins rounds for them time and time again. We haven't seen that from either team here a single time.
No, lack of support there, and it's a weakness, and it's definitely costing him. 2-man advantage now for Copenhagen Flames.
He's got a UMP Ivy, man. What do you expect him to do if you don't flash for him?
Well, that's already caught on the flank, and that's pretty much going to be it. Done and dusted here in the round, but they seem like they have to commit because they have no time. 18 seconds left, but the firepower is just not good enough for HAVU. And, well, Hoodie, they know where Hoodie is, and Hoodie knows that he's in a box. He's stuck.
Oh, wow, he really is in the box, isn't he?
There's nowhere for him to go now. He is just, I mean, this is with the AUG as well. The expensive rifle. He definitely does not want to be losing this. So questionable to have him in Hot Dog at all. And
this is ridiculous.
What are you going to do? Yeah, you're going to die. That's the answer. Yeah. Perfect round coming in here for Copenhagen Flames on their first buy round.
I feel like, you know, it's one of those situations for HAVU where you're just taking your SMGs and so on from the rounds you've succeeded in early on in the half. But you have 2 flashes on Saw. Like, use them aggressively. Like, what do you expect a guy to do at Ivy holding an off angle with a UMP? Do you expect him to succeed there? He's not going to succeed. He's not. He's going to die.
Use
a flash.
Failure.
Use a flashbang. And so had a flash and kind of threw it away behind that smoke on Ivy. So they had almost those were their keys to victory. But anyway, it's time to let go. We got HEs towards the A bomb sites again, which hits Zori as he passes. So he knows that Copenhagen Flames are consistently throwing those HEs in the middle of that bomb train, where snipers like to get boosted, but they'll have to think again about that in the future rounds.
What is this mad round that we've got HAVU going for here, where they've bought up. They've gone for a force, but I mean, almost dry on the rifles. So look at they have hardly any nades to speak of.
Yeah.
How are they supposed to hold off anything and make this work? They have to win duels here, and that's just going to be so difficult.
They've managed to creep into main, which is a common occurrence these days in a CT half. Generally speaking, you don't want to go beyond Doto's position because it's such a bad peak to go beyond here. You're at the wall of the choke point. So if anybody's waiting for you, it's a really, really bad duel to take. So all the CTs more or less stop here unless they've got more information. But in a 5 versus 5, I don't think he's going to be pressing on. Now, Slowy's got 14 HP, so I would imagine he's had a duel with his rifle, and I know there's a force by now. Copenhagen Flames got 40 seconds. They've still got loads of smokes and mollies. And they've got 2 men to swing on this main position with the bomb as well, which will be a lot of information if Doto sees it. He's away. He's got a spidey sense, man. Peter Parker.
Oh, hits the headshot too. But 2 big headshots coming in here for Copenhagen Flames. They are pressing forward. Op is close. Zori, though, so dangerous for him. Sees the shadow, knows somebody's on high, but he can't find the shot, and he can't walk around. Unbelievable. Fairly finds one, and now Zori with a big flank, whipping around, gets his head taken off, and it's a done deal. Copenhagen Flames picking up the round, and that was the force buy from HAVU. They saved none of the guns, and now they're in the hole. Copenhagen Flames are within striking distance of putting themselves on 14 here.
That was kind of scary because with the time on the clock, I think it was Doto who was in main. He saw the bomb on the kill cam swing after he got taken out. So I think with the AWP flank, he's got a chance to take out the bomb carrier. I think if that guy isn't by ladder, then he goes for the bomb planter. But there's just too many guys. He's going to get instantly traded. Has to go for it. Doesn't work out for them. And now they're on an eco. So somewhat uninspired so far from HAVU. Got 4 players now in the IV position. Hoodie's got the flashbang. It's a flash from the tees, but there's no swing. Just trying to bait for information. Only refreshes here, and he's in a position where he can fall back, so he's basically playing anti-eco. There we go. He eats the flashbang, falls back. They don't even know if he's there yet. Running into the headshots now.
Yeah. Solid. Oh, and now you're dying to the MAC-10 as well. Don't do that. Just die to anything else, preferably the op. Now, they have just been filthy rich this entire time, Copenhagen Flames. I mean, look at the state of their money now. They've got so much. They can just play for days. There's no pressure on them. HAVU now, after the round of eco, they can't afford to buy. But again, they have to cut some corners here and there. No helmets, maybe no kits, just so they can get more nades on the game.
Copenhagen Flames look way stronger than HAVU from what we've seen so far.
I'm really impressed with Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah.
They are just smashing them.
Young and hungry. 4 HAVU players on the A-bomb site. Now, they've got limited guns. They've got 2 French guns out. They've got a few smokes, a few flashes, and that is about it. Beyond what they've used already, of course. An incendiary down Ivy. 2 players towards Ivy. So the rotation towards B is long. We'll see what kind of timing Copenhagen Flames have, sorry. There is a deep smoke grenade, so HAVU have tried to use some of their utility to slow down Copenhagen Flames. Doesn't look like it'll work though. Big flashes coming in. And Hoodie just caught by surprise. The trades are there. The numbers game abused by Copenhagen Flames. And that might be the round over.
The bold plays coming from Copenhagen. This is what you're allowed to do when you're a little bit more aggressive, although when you're ahead in the round. But now we're back into a 3-on-3. Tessus, he was doing it right. He was trying to push up aggressively to catch the CTs, which is what you need to do post-plant. But now it's on his teammates to win these duels. Dodo takes down Hooksy. Fairly and Refresh, the last 2 alive for Copenhagen Flames, holding off the retake. There's
no kit for these CTs. Already taken out. They could lose everything here, HAVU. They've got a decision to make about this. 2 versus 2. There's no... Oh, they do have a smoke, actually. But again, 10-second defuse. Is this really going to happen? Doto doing what he can for top of slow. He's got to get on that bomb. 10 seconds. Does he go for the knife? Not needed. The spray is there for Refresh. Another round in the bag, and now they have double the score of HAVU.
Okay, so they win that round. But if they had lost that round, I think Copenhagen Flames would have really been kicking themselves again, like in the first round, like in the first half. losing rounds where you're ahead, where you did everything right, and it still doesn't pan out. This time they got it done, and the reason why, think of how bold that is. They just went in dry. They didn't even throw any nades. They had nade superiority. They could have done whatever they wanted. They had the smokes, they had the mollies, they had everything for B. They could have done a full execute. What did they do? They just walk down ramp and just catch HAVU completely off guard. The smokes were late from HAVU. There were no flashes. It was just duels, and Copenhagen Flames hit the shots. Whoa, Slowy with the trade, though.
Combination meal deal.
All right, but that is Copenhagen Flames playing some very, very sharp CS.
Yeah, Farley takes out an attempt to get towards the ladder room or E-box, I think. Unfortunately, got blasted by HE, then finished off with the scout. Zori's found a gap in the smoke here. The weapon's been taken away, I think you can hear that. But he will take position at the very least. So this is information. Now, with this, they could potentially gamble some more players towards the B bomb side, potentially, if they think that raises the chances. But Copenhagen Flames have got a good spread, as we can see. They're keeping the CTs on. It's refresh over towards Ivy, just in case, and Hooksy will soon be peeking. A crouch peek, but he eats the CZ. Used to be better than a FAMAS at close range.
That's unforced error, unfortunately. So still making some errors that are going to keep this match close, but Copenhagen Flames still with the superior firepower and the superior nades that they right now are not losing, and they're walking into these angles. Zori's Tessus is going to get bopped. Oh, he spots him. Lucky draw for him. He barely spots the sleeve.
Yeah, these dry peaks with only 3 players remaining get kind of worrisome, because if you lose one more 1v1,
when you have all the nades, just group up, use your nades. You've got the nades. They don't have any nades.
Yeah, they want all the information, it seems. Refresh now dancing around the A-bomb site. He's versus a scout at close range, but he needs to avoid a second player. The teammates are here now, converging on the A-bomb site.
It's wild. They go for that without using any nades. It's just crazy. You've got all the superiority, and you're going into an anti-eco, and you're not using any of that advantage. You're just looking for duels, which is exactly what HAVU wants. And so Copenhagen Flames, they win the round, but I mean, it's in a fashion that, you know, they definitely made life harder on themselves.
Yeah, it's good when they are able to use the numbers together. But when things start to go wrong there, you're in coin flip scenarios, which is scary to watch, but they've made it work out for them. And they move to game point.
Yep, this is a game point in this best of 3. First map of the series. And this is Train, which is HAVU's map pick as well.
Yeah.
We're going into Overpass, where, I mean, we'll see if HAVU have got something special in line for us here.
It might be the lion's den as far as HAVU are concerned.
Indeed. So map point, filthy rich Copenhagen Flames. They get to buy whatever they want. No worries on their side. Now after that round, we're going to get a full bot HAVU. A little light on the nades, perhaps double AWP. All right, so here we go. This is where things get spicy. It's going to mean that they're light on the utility, but with double sniper rifles, maybe that's what makes the difference here versus the Flames.
And what do Flames go for? Farley's got that AWP. No Kriegs, just AK-47s. He's looking for that fast play again. Someone trying to make it towards E-box or beyond. Oh, the timing doesn't work out for him, but he sees 2 players. He's got some information. Can get Molly towards Sandwich.
That's just a kick in the pants.
Zori is very aggressive towards B, but Hooksy is ready for it. He knows what information he doesn't have, and he is prepared. That is a big opening kill now. That's a lot of information. It might force a rotation, but it doesn't. In fact, HAVU've got 3 players by Ivy on A and 1 on B, so they are not in the greatest of positions right now.
What's wild to me is that there's not a Krieg to be found here on Copenhagen Flames. Is this 2 years ago? What's going on here? There we go. Dodo wins that duel. And so we're into a 4-on-4. Again, they have the nades. They're just not using them, Copenhagen Flames. They're walking out here looking for duels. And we come back to bite him. Dodo with that AK that he managed to save.
So weird. It feels like HAVU were trapped around Ivy, even though they had the whole bomb site. But now things go from bad to real bad as Slowy gets taken out. Copenhagen Flames just creeping around the bomb site. They see one by stop sign. But the numbers are tied now. 40 seconds. Hooksy will take out Noto. And there goes Source. And now it's Hoodie versus 3. Hoodie doing great work. Farley has the bomb in his hand. He's up high with 30 seconds. Crouch picking for the time being. Things will get really awkward for Farley. Surely he'll be on Hoodie's screen soon enough. There we go. Spray is there. I don't know how Hoodie turned that one around, but he's kept HAVU alive for the time being.
Oh, and he saves the off too. What a play. That's a big deal. And because he saved that rifle in the last round as well, he has a little bit in the bank here, and so he can kind of fund the rest of the team. But I guess that would be my one criticism right now, Copenhagen Flames, is that they're just not using the utility. They have all the advantage. They have the mollies and the smokes and the flashes. And what they're doing is they're just walking out looking for duels. And that's playing into HAVU, because HAVU are like, hey, we don't have nades, but if you want to take a fight, I mean, we got rifles. That's cool. We can do that. And that's pretty much what's going down here. So the Flames, now that they're getting to the finish line, they need to remember what got them here, which was solid nade usage. And knowing knowing how to press the advantage. So right now, Copenhagen Flames just need to rally a bit.
I'm wondering if they're not buying Kriegs to keep them out of the CT hands, not help them on a comeback. Because in these tight choke points, it can make quite a difference. Farley taken out. Slowy, growing with confidence now. One of 2 snipers.
Yeah, how is Refresh not re-peeking that dry, though? You know what I mean? Timing-wise, I think he just was trying to jump up on the trash cans there. Unfortunate timing. And now Hoodie spotting out Nodios. What we might be seeing here is, again, some of the lack of polish, perhaps, or the lack of experience from some of these players, just not knowing how to close it out. Like, once you get up to the finish line and then you're stumbling and you're not quite able to finish it, and you see HAVU, they're running up trying to catch up to you. It can be a nasty spot to find yourselves in, and it's a spot that teams with just a little bit of lack of experience in terms of competition.
I like this now from Copenhagen Flames. Concentrating the juice. Sugar overdose maybe for HAVU. So we've got 3 players in main. Tesset's avoiding the initial grenades. Does he see the barrel of the gun in ladder? I'm not sure if he does. Sword's going to get taken out. He's ready for the trade frag attempt, or Tesset will help him at the very least. Sorry, Refresh and Tesset. Refresh for the first one, who gets taken out now, and Zori is evening numbers and then doing better than that. Hoodie on the flank as well. They know it's the A bomb site, HAVU. They've got the information, they've got the position. They've got a CT by IB, so there's almost nowhere to plant a bomb. Going for an attempt in the smoke. 3 versus 1 now as the spray comes through from Hoodie. No bomb plant, and HAVU are close to 10. This comeback is starting to get serious.
Gets delayed just enough. And again, Copenhagen Flames, man, they have the money for the buy, but this is going to be it. This is going to tap their resources. And I like this. I like this a lot from Copenhagen Flames, calling the tactical timeout right now. So this is a round where they could just take their time to breathe a bit. Like I said, they don't have a coach. Be sure to reach out if you are a coach or if you've got the experience. You've got the experience. Paid position. Copenhagen Flames looking for a coach right now. But this is actually some discipline that we've seen from teams that we haven't seen from teams that have a coach.
Yeah.
Actually using attack timeout when you need it.
Absolutely, and ruin their momentum as well. But it is crazy, the mental block. I feel like it's just natural to humans. 5 rounds in a row, you've been dominating the entire game. You get to game point, and then it's like, something just happens.
We see it time and time again.
Yeah, just play that normal round out. Like I'm sure they feel like it should be over by now, but there's no guarantee they'll even win at this point.
Exactly, and they may not even realize, right? You're getting tunnel vision because you're just thinking, come on, we're like at match point right now. Why aren't we just getting this done? And so you're going out there, you're looking for duels, and you're forgetting the fundamentals that got you there. And so maybe, attack time out here, take a chance to breathe, and just remember it. Nodios with a bit of a peek.
That was a rabid Molotov thrown down.
He was definitely just yeeting that one. But now, I mean, if you can make some... trying to go through the smoke. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Tesses, that time, it didn't really pan out for him.
Yeah. Gone fishing sign taken down by HAVU. Look at this proactiveness now from Hoodie. He could get a multiple frags here. There's one. He just falls back. Now he's just running distracted, but he's got a teammate in the ladder as well who surely gets a free frag here. They can't be checking ladder this soon. There's Doto. Grab walking and fragging. Going for the transfer. Don't know where Farley is just yet, though.
Don't kill your teammate.
I think one of them does. Moving towards Sandwich. Taken out by Zori. So, again, Copenhagen Flames is sending out a fisherman towards the A-bomb site, comes up with a boot, and then it all falls apart afterwards. Suddenly a string around for HAVU. Yeah. And I feel like the pressure on a young squad can only rise as HAVU move from 1 digit to 2.
Pressure on a young star as well, perhaps. Tessa's trying to make a play when maybe you don't need to be making a play right now. You need to trust in the system. Trying to lurk your way through a smoke like that. When so far you've been doing a good job of just staying alive until the end of the round and playing the utility game. So we'll see here. Copenhagen Flames now. I mean, this is it. They actually have to go for a round of eco. It's going to be the Eagles in hand here. HAVU with the advantage in the round.
Tesses 24 for 15. Farley 22 for 15. And a big hate sheet. Oh boy! So, if a HE hits you and then explodes in your face, it's 101 damage in 2 hits, which is basically what happened to Refresh there. It really sucks.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
So, not every day you get to see that. Slowy, though, takes down Tessus. These Deagles not quite finding the mark. And some good discipline here from HAVU, just waiting patiently. They know what they're up against now. No, this is an eco round, so there's no reason to get greedy. Just wait for Copenhagen Flames to walk into your crosshair. It's not exciting, CS. That's the way it should be done.
And then there was Farley. Not much else to say.
And then he was gone.
Oh!
Dig.
That's 6K right there.
Can save it, though. They saved the op at least. But that is, there you go. That's the Deagle. The Deagle in play. All right, now we get it. Big buy round and taking a tactical timeout perhaps to tell Tessus to cool it and not try to lurk his way through smokes. So...
What happened to all those rounds in the beginning of the half from Copenhagen Flames? I feel like it's been super dry since then. For the reasons we've been through already.
Yeah, there's just hesitation and then trying to make plays. It's I mean, you're probably trying to think like, oh, we need to change up, right? We need to start changing things. When you're doing the changes, it's not working. It's what is actually costing you. You're kind of doing yourself harm in the situation like that. So right now, Copenhagen Flames need to remember what it is that got them to this point, which was playing a very stable game, using their utility, forcing the utility out of HAVU, putting HAVU, in a tight spot. The only issue now, I guess, and that's probably what's weighing on them, is that HAVU have now got an economy. They've got all the nades. Whereas the beginning of the half, it was a bit touch and go. Maybe not all the nades, and HAVU were throwing them out pretty well. Copenhagen Flames now, they need to be patient. And this is looking a little bit more like that. A bit more grouped up.
Can we get some full screen action here, guys? Thank you very much.
And we haven't seen them really hit the B site like this yet, so this
Slowly
could be
all
their
the way
opportunity.
through Ivy already. But there's only 2 players on B, which is interesting. And maybe it'll cost them, maybe it won't, because Hoodie will take out 3. Hoodlum style. Bomb just sitting there by default now. What a response. Only 2 players on the B bomb site, but they can't trade the kill. Are there nerves here for Copenhagen Flames? Was it all too easy before?
The Hoodie should not get 3 there. But you got to give it to Hoodie. Also, that was a sick spray. I mean, that's a sick spray for Hoodie. So, credit where credit's due. But at the same time, if he's getting 3 like that, it means that the guys who are following up the first man through, the entry fragger, they're kind of letting him down. So Copenhagen Flames, that's a tough pill to swallow, because in theory, they should have been out on the site. They should have been good. 1-for-1 trade, maybe. And then they've got the site, they've got the bomb planted, and they're cooking with gas.
So while Farley is just holding position above the bomb, Refresh seems convinced that someone is Ivy, but there's no one Ivy. He conceded his position throwing a Molotov into Ivy. Now comes back towards that B bomb site. But, well, maybe they'll get a 3rd man in that respect. You can see Slowy is looking in CT spawn just in case, and Source also looking for a flank.
I like that. Clever.
Yeah, it can be a good bait when you smoke connector to catch a player up there. But HAVU need not take such a risk. And with 10 seconds on the clock, they'll focus on the bomb site itself. On the flank, there's an attempt, and it fails. I don't want to see Copenhagen Flames capitulate here. I think it would be extremely disappointing.
At that point, 10, do you even just save? Do you stay in the brown holes and you just save? You don't even run out with the guns?
Did they have to... that previous round? Potentially,
I think
yeah.
You just try and hold your line in brown halls and survive the round. Because there you died, but you gave up your op.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have the money to buy that again. I mean, Copenhagen Flames really using the timeouts now. Yeah,
it might be that they were... Because there were so many players alive for HAVU, they were afraid of dying after time. Maybe, but they've thrown the AWP away, so there's a decision to be made there. They made one of the 2, so they've got a force buy this round at an eco, and then one more buy. So this is weird.
I think they're thinking that, hey man, we almost had them that round. Hoodie gets a triple. How often does Hoodie get a triple in that situation, right? So they may be thinking rinse and repeat, because they nearly had that if it weren't for Hoodie getting the triple. So they're probably thinking, okay, we'll get that hero AK in there, and Tessus, you're going to be the man to hit some headshots. Let's get aggressive, and let's go to town on the B site. And that's looking likely. That's looking like what's going to happen here.
Okay,
I like it. They've picked up that there's only 1 man here on B early. Good job, Copenhagen Flames.
But Hoodie's got all the utility in the world. It's a very useful smoke grenade up deep, and Nodius get taken out immediately. Tess says, maybe, I don't even know what happened there, probably created. And Hoodie again is just like, he's just the king of the B bomb site.
Oh man.
Another one.
Suicides.
Oh no. It's just, oh boy. It was 15-7, guys. It was 15-7.
HAVU with the lockdown. Copenhagen Flames. I mean, too predictable maybe, but I mean, Copenhagen Flames, it seemed to me like that was a good call. Just get in there fast. Get on that B side and try and overwhelm Hoodie. It's just that Hoodie's one step ahead. He's not being predictable. He's like, oh yeah, I was upper last time, so now I'm going to hold on lower. And
also, the smoke he's doing is so high that they have to, if they go through that smoke, he's got a one-way on them, and they're just going to get sprayed down. So he's limiting their how capable they are of just charging into that B bomb site. It would be the worst scenario possible.
There's the Pronax flash.
Sorry, with an opening frag. The right left click flash for Ivy doesn't collide with anything. And you can run with it as well to bait him to peek you, and then it goes off and it's just like, unless you run into a spray or something. But ideally, some of these teams should have their teammates pop flash for them, as we have seen Cloud9 do.
Of course.
But that hasn't been the case here, but let's see if this one works out.
I'm just, you know, fondly remembering the sexy beast.
Such a well-timed jiggle to stay alive. So there's information. There's at least one Ivy. One's dancing around ladder. This may pull people away from the B bomb side, but the bomb's not there anyway. Tessus falls now. Copenhagen Flames again, just going down one by one and not really like what happened to all the success they had before. Where's that magic gone?
Footstep close enough. Refresh knows there's somebody holding close now.
Oh, is this a bait to make them walk into Slowy's angle? I think it is. Oh my god, how does he do that?
And then Refresh takes Slowy's head off. Get wrecked. Refresh has got fragging power, man.
There's a flank coming in. Copenhagen Flames are doomed here. They're being entertained by HAVU. They're not taking these jewels because they know that flank is maximum value. They know one's on the train. Hoodie is very aware. The information is so good here. The communication for HAVU. Farley, what did he press? Saw the gun go away, which gives him the free peek. Unfortunate timing for Copenhagen Flames, but they are choking like a George Bush on a pretzel, man. Ooh!
Yeah, wallbang. Okay, then.
Very nice.
Spicy. It's a nice shot there from Refresh with that AK, but there it is. The last tactical timeout. They have used all of their tactical timeouts. The thing is, maybe this could actually work against you because HAVU can talk as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's a timeout for them too, and they're just sitting there going, okay, what could they possibly be trying to change up this round?
Honestly, Hoodie's setups towards the B bomb site at the beginning have just been so good to thwart like half the ideas of Copenhagen Flames. You want to make a fast play of numbers towards B. That smoke that he's throwing makes it so hard for them to do that, unless they go up. And when he hears the inkling that they're going to come, the molly goes down behind the smoke as well, which makes it even worse. So HAVU are setting up the beginning of the round to stop the fast plays from Copenhagen Flames in the most vulnerable positions, which is really good. But this is a huge choke so far from Copenhagen Flames. I mean, the struggle was real on both sides for the T sides, but Copenhagen Flames, it felt like they were in charge this entire game. Not the case anymore.
Oh, indeed. Oh, the early aggression nades coming in here from HAVU. Not many places to hide left in main. Tessus is in one spot. But he did take some damage. And there it is. HAVU really trying to put the pressure on Copenhagen Flames, but Tessus trying to pull a bit of a speed one.
Again, he's in deep alone. Finally, an opening kill. Now you can run distraction while his teammate peeks from ladder. Again, you can see up towards Ivy from that position. So compromise is how the CTs can peek, but they'll be aware of that, of course. In case someone is there. Smoke up for the time being. Antises is taken out. Again, no one else through the choke points really at the moment. Nodius was smoked off. That was a great response from HAVU. Again, it limited double peek from Copenhagen Flames, gave them more positions to peek from themselves. And now Copenhagen Flames need to think about their approach to these choke points. We've seen so many...
Tessus versus the world right now. It feels like Tessus keeps trying to make the plays, and it just feels like Tessus versus the world. He's alone the whole time. Nobody there to support him. Nobody trying to draw attention to themselves while he's out there. It's an interesting thing there from Copenhagen Flames. They might be just hanging Tessus out to dry.
Now they've got one flash to try and get through these choke points, which might be why they congregate on B. But again, both teams are low on utility now.
3 smokes. I mean, 3 smokes, a molly, a flash. I mean, Copenhagen Flames right now, they could be using any of these. Instead of going to go and
swing. Hoodie again looking for multi-frag. Does good damage. Zori takes 2. Surely that's overtime. The bomb is in no man's land. Farlig has got 14 seconds. He can't even go for frags. He's just got to run for his life and go for the bomb. Oh my days. He might even get a bomb plant. It's clutch time. He's got a smoke to try and create some space for himself, but there's no time to pull it out because the flank's here slowly with a fast one, and somehow from 15-7, HAVU have made it to overtime. Absolutely ridiculous.
Unbelievable. What a run back here from HAVU. And you can see it there, 10-5 mirrored first half and second half, each team managing 10 rounds on the CT side. This is OG Train, it feels like. I mean, they're really just so close right now between these two teams. And, well, again, Flames utility, I think, is still the key. I still think it's utility right now, because look at that. When they're going into B, they have 3 smokes, a molly, a flash. I mean, you could be throwing a smoke. You could be trying to do something with them, and instead you're going for dry peaks. Dry is one way to put it, as we take a quick restroom break here.
Indeed. Some of the players are in the bathroom. We're going to go to a break. When we're back, more action. We'll see if Copenhagen Flames can get that pretzel out of their damn throats. We'll see you soon. We're back. We are back. But where have Copenhagen Flames gone? They've gone missing. They're on the milk carton. Carton? On the milk carton.
They're on the
carton.
Oh,
damn it. It's too early for me. Yeah, they've gone missing, man.
Have you heard that Ricky Gervais joke that he made about the milk carton girl?
No.
Oh my god. It's so good.
Milk carton girl. I'll have to look it up.
It's like one of those missing things, it's just like, she went to, he's like, oh, there's a picture of a girl, blonde, blue eyes, always smiling, and he's flying in his helicopter, and he looks through the window, and he's like, oh my god, is that her? Blonde, blue eyes. Oh, but she wasn't smiling. It's not. can't be her.
Well, the odds have gone up. They don't believe in Copenhagen Flames anymore. The odds have got worse for them, even though the score is tied. Momentum is a thing, and look at that momentum from HAVU, shutting it down already. They stay on the same sides as we start overtime, and that's not good for Copenhagen Flames. Maybe they need a breather from this T side. It's all HAVU now. Probably expecting a 3-0 here, the way things have been going, and why not?
HAVU just establishing dominance, the save. I'm more concerned with what this is going to do to Copenhagen Flames if they were to lose this. If they lost control of this map going into overpass, HAVU are going to be fired up, and it's going to be a tough ride.
2-0, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ride for Copenhagen Flames, but right now in this round, they have definitely stabilized HAVU.
What do you do now? You more or less
pray.
Have to go for the rounds. You've got nothing to lose, really.
You just kind of run out and cross your fingers and hope at this point.
So there's a flash for Farlig to entry of the AWP.
They remember how to use nades.
creating some space. You need control of Ivy one way or another if you are hoping for a bomb plant, but also to just isolate some enemies because it's a 2 versus 5. HooXi looking up top. HooXi dead. Oh no.
No,
there we go.
The noise.
That's all the information they need. Now you're really in a 1 versus 5. Impossible mode.
HE's at you like that. We know where you are, bro.
The difficulty setting is too high. HAVU take the first. No signs of slowing down. Yeah.
16 to 15. Yeah, HAVU definitely looking like they've recovered. They're the ones with the momentum right now. They're the ones with the confidence. Copenhagen Flames. I mean, Tessus has just quieted down. He's been at 24 frags forever now.
It's overtime by Kriegs.
Yeah, I mean, just a total lack of Kriegs as well for Copenhagen Flames. I mean, the gun is broken, let's be fair, so just buy the damn thing. I mean, even Tarek has started buying it. I mean, he was trying to hold out, but come on, lads, come on.
You must abuse what is there to be abused in competitive gaming. That's why I'm using aimbot now.
do whatever you got to do.
Slowly. Oh, the timing is brutal. He goes back to the wall and escapes with it. Very cheeky, but Hoodie's the main man. He's been taken out now. Slowly trying to escape there. A bit delayed, and too delayed, unfortunately, for him. So there's a chance. That one error has given the Copenhagen Flames a chance to finally get around. All the junk thrown at connector, stopping that rotation. Where was this Copenhagen Flames earlier?
Now the explosive Copenhagen Flames just get out there, and now they've used their nades, and now they're taking the fight to them. Have to be careful. Tessus is fairly low, 3-on-3, but there it is. That's the big kill. Ferdig finds one, and that opens it up now. Saw not going to make it happen. Tied up 16-16. Copenhagen Flames throwing in there. And that's textbook stuff in terms of just getting out. It's just unfortunate that the unscope right as they come through.
Awkward timing.
Yeah.
Somehow got a kill anyway. But Hoodie was the sacrifice.
Yeah, poor Hoodie. Remember Hoodie.
16 apiece. 2 AWPs on the T side of train. This is a Brazilian team. Is this how bad things are? They've got to now 2 AWPs. Nothing else has been working for them. The HEs towards the bomb train will make no connection, and they're forced away from the choke points again. Limited from fast plays. Ah, there we go. Okay, so
Krieg.
They were going for a fast play indeed. The Kriegs come out now in overtime, so they're very aware. So I do think they were trying to keep it out of the hands of the CTs, because the choke points become a lot worse on a map like this if you lose Kriegs to the CTs. I would assume that was why. So now they can't really take advantage of them. HAVU, the Kriegs will come out.
I mean, it's a fair
Copenhagen
point,
Flames.
But then just don't let the CTs have Kriegs. Just shoot them in the face.
Yeah, man.
Kriegs are pretty good at that.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe gaming themselves. They just gamed themselves here, though. They just lined up for maximum damage with those nades, and that's Hoodie just obliterating HooXi. Says, stop trying to steal my name, bro. Get out. There can only be one.
So what are Copenhagen Flames going to do here as a team in this 4 versus 5? See Refresh creeping now. Is he going to take a big gamble here? If he hears a reload from the M4... Ooh.
Trying to bait a response. I like it.
Yeah. Source got 13 bullets. At some point, he's got to reload here. And that will give Refresh the sound cue. He's not going to reload, though, which is smart in his respect. He doesn't want to give that sound cue up. And he's got a gap in the smoke, which is thrown by Copenhagen Flames. They've baited themselves by accident. And now Farley's going to be spotted with the bomb in the pistol versus the M4. Somehow wins it. This is how desperate things are. 17 seconds to plant the bomb. Nodius comes through. There's no cover towards Ivy Farley. He's got to do more. He's got to get both his legs, though. And Nodius is here to clean up, but 9 seconds to deliver this bomb plant. Sorry, taken out. Oh, he's planting for the opponent. Hoodie creeping with a crab walk. He almost had a chance to fire the bullet. I can't even talk anymore. This is madness.
This is Shroud's sub voice. Where the fuck I am? This is really just what is going on in these rounds.
This is absolutely crazy.
I mean, okay, so you got a guy who double deeks somebody through the smoke there against a rifle. Saw, what are you doing? And the rest of them, it's just. Both of these teams, I think right now, what we're seeing is that we're seeing the nerves. We're seeing the nerves at play here. The pressure is on. And so we're starting to see mistakes. We're starting to see little slips, little errors that get made that end up costing you. And unfortunately for Copenhagen Flames, it doesn't break their way that round.
There's no gas in the tank. It's like the old UFCs, man. 2 minutes and done. Tank Abbott days. Copenhagen Flames now, surely they'll be relieved to be on the CT side. Ooh, that's a sneaky one from HooXi. I like that.
Buddy,
like Inferno plays. Banana plays with the smoke grenades. Very, very smart. And now it's their turn to aggressively hold these choke points. Now, HAVU had quite struggle on their T side, of course. It was a late comeback to give themselves a fighting chance, which they ran with.
No compunction here against Kriegs for HAVU. They are all about it, and they're sticking together as a unit, and they're in a position now to actually just make use of their grenades. Set it up for A.
There we go. Lessons learned from normal time, showing some presence in main. That did cause them problems before. 4-on-3 on the A bomb site for now. 53 seconds slowly starts to creep. Presence being shown by players still in main, which may lead to a false sense of security here. Slowly makes his way towards Sandwich. Doesn't see the barrel of the gun. Surely this is a free kill. It is. Farley's taken out. Look at the timing. The swing from Ivy at the same time. Beautiful stuff. 35 seconds. Tessis now falling backwards. Leaves his teammates somewhat isolated, but now he's starting to show presence. Sees one player in hell. Where's the remainder, though?
Well, 30 seconds on the clock. This is how it's supposed to go down now. Copenhagen Flames are the ones who are actually working together. Could cost them. Somehow just not looking in the right angles. Nodios and Refresh, the last two alive for Copenhagen Flames. Pushing their way out onto the site, trying to take the fight, trying to deny the bomb plant. Perfectly timed flash, though. Stops him in his tracks, but Refresh, that almost worked in his favor.
2-on-2, Zori takes out Refresh as he's in such an awkward place after getting that kill. Nodius takes up the same position as a molly. Not really sure where that last player is, though. Zori's going to peek in the flames. Real smart from him. Dies for the cause. They'll name a street after him, and it's game point for HAVU.
Game point for HAVU, and again, scrappy rounds. And that's off of HAVU being down a man in that round. You had Hooksy just going, swinging for the fences straight out. Found that pick and brown halls to kick things off. And so HAVU, still, despite it all, are able to pull that round through. No more tactical timeouts allowed here for Copenhagen Flames either. And so they just have to grit their teeth and hope that they can pick up the remaining 2 rounds to take us to another round of overtime.
I'm disappointed that we haven't seen a single choke spray in this game. Haven't seen anybody spray anything, but the choke spray specifically, so good for the BM. Farley now up close. Oh dear, that's often a player. Oh no,
There it is.
Not like this. When you have a sniper deep in Ivy, there's often rifle support and one's baiting for the other. That was an absolute catastrophe, and that kind of tells the second half and overtime for Copenhagen Flames. That one situation there, walking through the smoke to try and trade, but it's turning it around somehow. What in the blazes is going on? Zori and Saw left now. There's so much choking, we might need paramedics.
Yeah, dude, the bomb is rotating over towards Ivy still. And now Zori, what is going on? So he's caught the man out on B, and that was it. The must-win fight there for Nodios. Tessis alone, 1v2. And there's still plenty of time here. They can take their time, figure it out. They know where he's playing from now. Are they going to try and peek him together? It looks like it. And comes back to bite him. Copenhagen Flames. There's Tessis. 2 key frags that his team desperately needed to keep them in this. So close.
These rounds, man. These rounds are crazy. I know Sean is on the verge of tears in the back.
He did have a pretty fire tweet there for a second.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Thought Slow is going for a fast peek into the A site, but he's throwing the initial grenades, and that might help slow the positions of Copenhagen Flames. But they'll still get towards E-box and maybe ladder room, regardless. Tessis creeps in. This game not over yet. I don't know how that game turned around multiple times. That round, sorry. That one round we just saw was everywhere. That's a big chance for HAVU. But we've got to let go. It's still game point for HAVU. The bomb will be dropped above ladder. That'll be heard by Tessis. Minute 10 on the clock now. Copenhagen Flames have held on to 4 incendiaries. And there's the first one. Back up you go. Thank you for coming. Now it's really important Tessis holds an angle above the smoke, because if the T's drop into the smoke, we've seen that being inside a smoke as it dissipates gives you a half-second advantage versus somebody outside the smoke, which has been a problem in this one position in previous games of Train. No one's tried it though in this game just yet.
Oh, buddy. Nicely done there. All right, here we go. You ready for this refresh? Nope. Oh, and they're holding close too. Going to be a lot of pressure here on SS, and he is get overwhelmed. Slowly finds that opening pick, 2 kills. But we've seen HAVU cost them in the past. Yep, and there you go. This is how it could be done.
Oh, they're going to go B. Nodius had an incendiary, which hasn't used just yet, but can he get it onto the bomb site? He really needs to throw that incendiary because they're going to plant the bomb. Why hasn't he thrown it when he's going to kill everyone else anyway? So maybe it'll work out for him, keeping the gun up, prioritizing it. But can he take out Slowy? He can't. And now Farley is alone, 1 versus 2. He's got a molly with chill deploy. Slowy will be forced to move. Here's a connection, almost double peak, and it will do the job. HAVU, 19 for 17 over Copenhagen Flames, who have choked and are on the way to hospital on stretchers as we speak.
Indeed. The ambulance, I just heard the sirens there. It's pulling up. That is such a tough loss for Copenhagen Flames. After a great performance in the first half, couldn't get it done in the second half, and here, again, error is being made on both teams, though, to be fair, in this overtime. I mean, you can see the nerves on both sides, and that's what happens when you get into these sorts of situations.
From 7-15 to 19-17, that is quite the comeback, and then some. Thoughts at the desk, or the couch rather, after the break.